Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Monday, Country Sunday, number 18 day for the month of July 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief, the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King, una own countryman. Wanna welcome to our daily podcast, a program where we bring meaningful information, the truth, fact-based analysis for help we navigate this journey to our freedom, the independence of the former British Southern Cameroons, the independence of Ambazonia. We'll go and start today for pay tribute to a great Ambazonian hero and one of the leaders on the ground, General A4, Sue Roland. A4, he will be a very controversial military leader for the Seven Kata. He forces them, they don't be embroiled with a lot of kidnapping for ransom, especially around Foya. A lot of civilians complain. General A4, he will be a very open person. Each time would I approach you with cases, he don't directly intervene and he don't directly yield immediate result, and he don't always be very open to handle issues of kidnapping. General A4, he be accept all proposals them when we approach you for help for fight against kidnapping for ransom. He will be highly respected for Insa Bafut, both by the civilians and the fighters them for Insa Bafut. General A4 that always step up, especially when La Republic attack innocent civilian them. He will be a man who get a great heart for the people, he love the people them. And he done day in this struggle right from day one with the civil protests, and when it turned into a military confrontation, he quickly pick up arms, assemble boys them, and be behind a lot of attacks against La Republic to Cameroon for Insa Bafut. One of the objective of the enemy now for defame and deface our soldiers and make them be remembered as people the way they be dumb them for street. Would want tell our people, say Roland Sue, General A4, he will be a wonderful and a very quiet person. He will blend very well within population, and they always come in Bamenda, and he always provide we with very good intel for help for fight La Republic. He will be very passionate about Ambazonia. Now Pekin way we get the first school living certificate for GS Bafut. He continue his study for Insa Kas Bambili. He get 2 Pekin them, and he currently be engaged with a girl with the girl only learn recently say na he be A4. Na person way he be the blend himself as a guerrilla warrior. If you look at the picture, you know go believe say na the person this way be carried a big personality in the person of A4. He don't fight a good fight. He will don't fall victim of those who be being manipulated, get into exploitation for kidnapping for ransom. He rise above the occasion, coming back, picking them back into formation, put their mindset straight, and also help for fight against synthetic drug. He will be a very, very dynamic person. I cannot just say more, and a very patriot in his heart, and somebody who genuinely love the Ambazonian people, the layman who was suffering under Cameroon terrorism. We want to pay tributes to him and to the Seven Kata, and to let them know we'll continue to work hand in hand with them. He was also killed and executed alongside Mama G. Mama G, na a foot soldier, a young girl also, where La Republic execute. They be rapidly execute them for try for use them as propaganda following the death of Field Marshal Oliver Lequier. La Republic they be feel, according to our information we get them, say if they really also kill people them for Insa Bamenda, it will affect the spirit of our people. La Republic they do a series of things that we would then take note of for try for cover up their failure. They done lost over 30% of the ground where they be physically hold them Insa Ambazonia. They done be defeated Insa Bamenda will be successfully drive out and close all their checkpoints them, which led to the removal of their commander will be different. Bamenda, General Valerie Kal, be replaced by another top general, they will still fail. Their propaganda arm, it don't go under overdrive for take full advantage of the falling of a figure, General FM Oliver Leke. Whether you like it or not, he's a figure of Ambazonia. He is controversial. He recently killed 2 ADF officials in Bu, and he was very controversial. He has attacked everybody, but nevertheless, he is a figure in our struggle, and La Republic thinks that they can multiply their propaganda. They send out misleading information, and they try and attempt for mislead Ambazonians, for spike up alert about the activity on the ground, even when we never exceed any physical evidence. So they don't spike up the activity except their redeployment in Bamenda. So they force people them for talk, say, me them put alert, La Republic did come for year, alert, La Republic did go for day, for join them with the news for the death of this soldier, for give the impression for our people, then say they did make advance, they did make progress, Ambazonia did lost. But as a matter of fact, they did lose big time. La Republic did lose big time. This wave will also pass in the psychology of our people. We will stand back. The time for freedom have come. This time will not pass this generation. Our people are determined and are resilient in terms of our military confrontation. We are better off today than we were last week. Bafut have reconstituted themselves. We don't also get false information. La Republic know very well, say after the killing of A4, there will be a series of meetings on the ground naturally to help reform and to replace A4 and to make sure that that bloc remains strong. They have put out fake information about meetings that are held in Yaoundé by Cameroon military to help to spread chaos and confusion among soldiers, to be afraid to meet up and to be afraid to reform their formation in Bafut. We want to let our people they know, say, the Ambazonian Governing Council get a very accurate network way that will put in place for understand when any meeting it be concerned or where they take place where it involve Ambazonians them, especially for inside Bafut. We know the key players, we know those who are involved. Of course, some Cameroon top military meetings, if it take place, we will get a sketchy idea of what it go on, but make our people they not shake. There is nothing like that, and we should avoid sharing enemy material. It be in spike, they try for sow confusion, and they even successfully fool even big people them more than they amongst we meet them begin share enemy material. Anytime we share any information will be crafted, any narrative will be crafted by the enemy. No say their main objective now for poison the mind of our people and their hearts. You go to help them for do their job if you not take your time. So make we avoid all those things them. We don't also notice and want bring for the Ambazonian people their attention one of the tactics where La Republic, their intelligence wing, where it be managed generally by Kunyam titles, where be their military attaché, their advisors to their military commander. The DDR center, now an intelligence wing, gathering wing, where it be a feeder to the top general, then where them be they work for La Republic, their generals and their presidency, where they work hand in hand with Ecor and Colonel Bankwe and the general will be in charge on the ground. This system will also be included top Ambazonian elites them, including professors of universities of Boya, Bamenda and Yaoundé, where they assist them. They will not be just the foolish people they want to hear that they make audio. Now a big organization where they help for analyze intelligence and for advise the Cameroon military. Then be well organized, then be well embedded within our struggle, and we know what they are doing. Their main budget it come through the bilingualism committee. Their budget undercover budget for their military intelligence. And one of the things where they can be very successful for Duam now for promote alternative. And you even get individuals like this white man way for our struggle they call him Meissner. Now a white man way married Ambazonian, a German. This man is spy, would have monitored for a long time, and people like he they promote or they push this La Republic their agenda. One of their strategies are providing alternative leadership and alternative activism, alternative ideas as a means to minimize the ideas that is leading. At one point, This man, he began approach me also in a write-up calling me as a leader when they see another leader, they go on. If they see on one thing, it go, it succeed, they will come up with another brilliant idea for proposal. Oh, when I see the one, when I check the idea. Once when I take one idea, the one go in front, they'll bring another idea. Oh, the idea is a good idea. Oh, when I see this is a new idea, we can have a new idea. When a group is leading, they'll come and promote another group and say, oh, this group is very good. And they do that, and you think that it is positive. They are trying to promote things. But as a matter of fact, they are never promoting the one that is ahead. When the one is ahead, they will never financially support. And we know their modus operandi, and we want our people to be very careful with what these individuals are promoting. They have successfully promoted and will back up people. I don't want to bring names, but we see clearly the activities within our struggle. Anybody where they promote alternative all the times, never falling behind any specific and following through a specific idea, a specific organization, a specific leader, know that that person is probably being manipulated, sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. We are doing very fine. Our posture is good. Ambazonians, I can assure you that weapons that are within the territory today is going to give us a wonderful closing of this July. The liberation is strong, is solid, and the state of our soldiers on the ground, the armed resistance is strong, and including the civilian resistance have picked up stream in terms of indications of the 4 pillars of our liberation struggle. One other tool in La République du Cameroon propaganda is to make a case to Ambazonians that they are losing. They will continue to hammer it. They will find people within the struggle that will listen to their voice and promote the agenda that make the case that Ambazonia is losing, and also that propose unattainable solutions as a means for them to look legitimate. But their objective is to do one thing: undermine ongoing effort, undermine potential efforts that people can mobilize around in order to undermine us, hold us on our leg, and drag us to keep us on the spot and to retreat back from our positions that are winning. We will remain focused. We will continue to build capacity, continue to build the network to assist the ground resistance, and we'll continue to push policies that is going to sustain it. Lebialem is strong more than ever before. What our people don't know, that amongst the villages in Lebialem, Oliver Lequier actually controlled just 2 of those villages. As a matter of fact, the vast majority of the areas that are physically controlled in Lebialem are controlled by the Ambazonian Defense Forces. We'll continue to partner with the Red Dragons and the other commanders to encourage them and continue to provide intelligence to them that are factual and that are based on substantial evidence that can be pointed out, as our organization have held this high standard. The policies of the education board will be rolled out. The series of meetings that don't take place inside the Ambazonia Governing Council since last week, it don't be delayed, but it be better for be perfect than to be in a hurry. For people them and village where they wait for hear from we about how they could go about for open their community school, we are going to hear shortly. For one the way they see think make una contact we and make our papa them, our mommy them know say Cameroon government school they don't be banned. This year we will be more aggressive for implement that ban, and all the policy for implement them it will be in line with our code of conduct. For good news, we will end with good news. The killer of armored car, the overall general of the ADF in Oko, General Rambo, Bush Rambo, have done it once more, giving Cameroon military a bloody nose.
So day 14 July, and a work will take place in Oko. And they are explosive that knock that onto one side. The black shoes of Oko, let them come out of power Bush Rambo, and they work this take place today.
One Cameroon armored car, those one the way na he locks with and transform them into armored personnel carrier. It will be hit by a roadside bomb for inside Oko. 4 of the Cameroon military men that have been neutralized, and the vehicle will be towed away by the Cameroon occupation forces within Oko. Make we not forget, so we don't go through a period where over 48 Cameroon military personnel that don't fall inside battle for inside Ambazonia less than 3 weeks ago. this will only intensify as the days ahead comes. Capo Daniel, signing off.